Hey everyone, this is Be Divine. I hope that this is finding you happy and well. And I am making this video today because there is a negative kind of uprising in the air, right? I'm sure you've been feeling moody lately and just a little bit all over the place, probably more so than normal. And I really wanted to just see what's going on. Obviously, we know energetically there are always things happening. I just want to send a special shout out to Radiant. I just want to say Radiant, she knows who she is, okay? And thank you so much. And I hope that you will enjoy some of the sound quality using my new sound stuff, or some of it, from Radiant. So I'm really grateful for the lovely birthday gifts this year I was able to have. And thank you to everybody for your birthday wishes and gifts. If you sent me something, I just want to show you this, what I found while out walking, is a piece of pyrite. Look at that. Hopefully you can see that pretty well, maybe on this end. Okay, it's sort of, it was just shining there in the sun, and I'm like, you know what, I need to have this. It's just so glistening. I'm pretty sure you're not seeing it as well. There you go, as it is. But it's almost like this is things to come, okay? So as I'm talking today, I'm going to go over these different houses. Love, wealth, career, and success. Okay, we'll have a look at these different houses and we'll do some different readings. And I also want to show you, I've been wanting to do these for some time, the Russian fortune telling cards. I won't be able to do this on video as the correct method, which is 5 rows of 5, and they all move around. All of these cards move around. You'll see what I mean as we go forward. And they create different things for you to focus on, different pictures, etc. It's based on Lenormand, basically Lenormand, a little bit extended, and but I'm going to do it in a different way today, just to get some messages for us all, okay, and show you these cards as well. I have some other cards too that I want to do, but basically what this is about, you know, obviously the reason I came forward today was because there's just this element of, you know, stressful situations coming to the head, people, places, situations and things, like it's getting old, you know, some people's attitudes, etc., and people always expecting things from you, always expecting you to do this, always expecting you to do that. And because we've gone through so many changes, it's like, well, hang on a minute, I don't really want to do those things. You know, I may have done those things in the past, but I really couldn't be bothered doing those things now. And then what do you do? People still tend to treat you as though you're always just going to do whatever they want you to do, you know. And what I am noticing is as you grow and expand, you don't want to be bothered with all that crap anymore. And it's like you have a realization of just how much you're giving and just how much people are taking, right? So there is a Mars energy in the air. There is a new moon coming up on the 26th. So when those things are going on, especially Mars, right? Mars is a powerful, determined, strong, fighting planet. Okay, and it's in Gemini, which is, as we know, communication, right? So your communication may be like, get out of my face, kind of, you know, just out of nowhere. Even if you're not that kind of a person, and you may be also having through that a lot of realizations about how much crap you've actually, and then that makes you mad. And what ends up taking place is that when you realize how much people take from you and how much you've given and how annoying that is, and you realize, oh my God, I have really wasted my time for a really long time catering, and then you get mad at yourself again, right? Anyway, There's all this kind of energy going on right now. And I want to try to help us, of course, and bring forth some new energy. Let's just say that there is, yeah, I know, look at my wrist, I'm loaded. Loaded. I can put my crystals on. Help. Right? It's not me. I'm not cranky at all, which is unusual because I'm Leo, right? I had my turn in the Aquarius moon and all that. But I can feel it. Like, you can see it everywhere. So what can we do first? We're going to just start off with this. Hang on. Actually, I'm going to start with these angel cards first. We're going to have a look at the Angel Oracle. Okay, thank you to Brian La, Wizard of Odd. And I think he wants me to do a podcast with him at some point. So yeah, I'm going to definitely do that. So I can smell something in my room. Pilot? Pilot is right underneath the table, so maybe. I don't think I'm getting that to that point where I would miss something coming out of my own areas. Oh my God, you gotta laugh. I hope I can make you laugh today. We are down to one puppy left, Albert, and of course that's not the name that you have to give him. And he is our biggest baby, and he's the most that looks like Pilot. So if you remember any of our videos, Pilot is our wolf dog. Albert is the sweetest little boy, and he has one of his eyes is a quarter brown, and the whole lot of the rest is blue. So yeah, so we're trying to rehome him right now, and he's obviously in Colorado, and if you can get to him, or I really don't want to put him on a plane or anything, folks. I don't think that's really fair. But if you would like to talk to me about Albert, we would be more than happy to talk with you. Obviously, first in, best dressed. And he's been vaccinated and dewormed. So he's got paperwork with him. But anyway, that's our husky, little baby husky. And he has just turned 10 weeks. So he had his vaccinations last week. It's just gone so quick. All right. So angels, why we have questions? Okay, we've got questions. Are you listening or what? Yes? They're just smacking their forehead. When they hear me go, they're like, oh, she's here again. Okay. I'm sure my angels go, we just need to take some Valium right now. What is going on? Please give us a lovely and wonderful message. Okay, let's go. Okay. The angel of the lights of understanding. God. Psalm 9:12. Sing praises to the Lord which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. Okay, we'll take a look at all this. Lelehel. Lelehel. Number 6. Pick up sticks. Oh, we've been getting so many 6s too. So impatient and narrow-minded. If you want your dreams to become realities, they need to be fueled by focused intent, willpower, and energy. Look, we don't want to get in trouble with you, angels, okay? We're just asking help. We don't want to hear about where we're going wrong again. Okay, hang on. Be in the state of gratitude for your many blessings. You will always see positive improvement in every situation. Why am I looking up to talk to the angels? I always do that. You will always see positive improvement in every situation, even the ones that seem negative. You just have to keep trying and never give up. So when you love, be willing to share it. Be thankful for everything and everyone you have. Focus on the smaller things in life and appreciate the things that really count. Joy is so powerful it can't be stopped, but the world and its relentless pressures can obscure the brilliance of the light. So this creates a need to learn to appreciate what you have. Find your own happiness regardless of others' opinions. Mirror of the soul, art of expressing oneself well in society, celebrity through talent and achievements, and artists. So the rules: the 5th of March, the 5th of June, the 16th of August, the 27th of October, and the 7th of January. Wow, cool. Angel Lelehel. Okay, so hang on a minute. Let me see if there is any instruction. Just a moment. So, so the choir is the seraphim. The Latin name of God is on here. The tarot correspondence. The astrological sign. Okay, tarot. 4 of Wands. The angelic seal for angelic seal is at the top here, apparently, as well. So let's have a look here. So what we have to do right now is obviously pulling our energy back towards ourselves, making sure we're cutting off unnecessary static. And I just want to say to you, I know that there's a lot coming in, okay? We're all feeling it, believe me. And I thought I was so busy before I started all of this with the animals as well, and the school and the students and Patreon and just everything, right? And this is my work, this is my life. This is what I longed to do. How could you make a business surrounding things that you love, right? So of course I'm going to push myself constantly to get things done. It doesn't mean that I don't get annoyed or bombarded or frustrated. And one thing that I've always asked the angels is like, is it okay for me to get pissed off? Is it okay for me to like rant and rave? Is it okay for me to, swear my head off or something? And I always receive the answer of course it is. Like, why would you think it's so wrong to express yourself or be annoyed when you need to be annoyed or whatever? And I would have the argument of, well, we were supposed to always do everything with grace. We're supposed to learn from our mistakes. We're supposed to try our best not to react in anger. And the angels are like, that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen to you. Like, of course, we're all trying to find grace and we're trying to move forward and we're trying to lift ourselves into, a peaceful place. It doesn't mean that just because you're willing to go into a peaceful place that everybody else around you really cares about that. They're still going to throw their crap at you. You're still going to have things that you're going through. You're still going to have grief that you're processing. You're still going to have physical things going on every now and then. You're still going to have something that comes up unexpectedly to throw you right off of course, right? So this is the angel of light of understanding and Elahel, and it's like, just be grateful in your state of gratitude. Be in that place of receiving. Make sure you're doing your declarations. I can't tell you enough that you can't forget. You can't say, oh, I didn't do it for about 3. Oh God, yeah, I need to go back. You can't forget, because then you've got to redo all of that work again. And a whole lot of negative has had a chance to get a hold of you, right? So you've got to do your declarations, even if that's all you did every single day as part of your journey, is lay there in bed in the morning and say, right, before I get my feet out of the bed, I'm going to make my declarations. You're done. You're good. You're good to go. Right? We have to do these things. And to remind ourselves to do these things. But we've got to also be easy on ourselves, because for the last 2.5 years or whatever, over 2 years now, we've been bombarded also with worldwide stuff that nobody cares about anymore. It's all finished, and they're moving on to the next thing that they're going to try to scare everybody with. We're not having it. We are not having it. Now, I am actually going to read real quickly the definition right here. Now, let me see. LMN. Wow. Where is it? Okay, I'm just going to read this really quickly. This is the meaning of angel. Okay, I just think it's so beautiful. I want you to pay attention to this as well. A symbol of invisible forces. Isn't that awesome? Of the powers ascending and descending, going up and down between the source of life and the world of phenomena, right? Here, as in other cases, such as the cross, the symbolic fact does not modify the real fact. In alchemy, the angel symbolizes sublimation. For example, the ascension of a volatile or spiritual principle, as in the figures of the Viatorium Spagaricum. Okay, sorry to say that quick. The parallelism between angelic orders and astral worlds has been traced with singular precision by Rudolf Steiner in Les Hierarchies Spirituelles, following the treatise on the celestial hierarchies by the pseudo-Dionysius. So from the earliest of culture, angels figure in artistic iconography, and by the 4th millennium BC, little or no distinction, listen to this, little or no distinction is made between angels and winged deities. How many Egyptian winged deities? Iranian, Sumerian, Babylonian, Greek, Italian. How many? Every culture has winged deities. So they all recognize them as angels as well. Gothic art in many remarkable images expresses the protective and sublime aspects of the angel figure, while the Romanesque tends rather to stress its otherworldly nature. Wow. So now that's amazing to me. A symbol of invisible forces. That an angel is a symbol of a winged deity. Wow. The powers of up and down between the source of life and the world of phenomena. Now, it told me to look at number 50. Page 50. So it told me between the source of life and the world of phenomena. Trefoil, clover, an emblem of the Trinity. Wow. Divine essence gained by hard endeavor through sacrifice or study. Trifoliate forms such as the Gothic three-lobed arc bear the same significance, and broadly speaking, so do all tripartite forms. In the Middle Ages, triple time in music was regarded in the same light, and it was so used by Scriabin in Prometheus. So the trefoil, the clover, an emblem of the Trinity, is connected with such things as the cross, a symbol, the angel. Wow. See, I could really go on and do some really big study on that for us all, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. So the angels are with us, asking us to just calm down. Everything's going to be okay. People are also getting the messages. I've been getting these messages for a long time now, that there are others that wish to help us, that there are those who are like angels themselves in human clothes, right? That are coming forth. They've heard your call. They might have been watching. They might have been listening for some time. They know what you're trying to achieve. For me personally, you know, I'm ready for my forever home, number one. Especially this has really been making itself evident with all of the craziness with the animals here, right? It's like you can't be in a rental forever. You've got to get your own place. Then it doesn't matter so much about things getting chewed and wires getting chewed and cables getting chewed and this, this, that and the other, right? It doesn't matter so much. But in that way, you know, being settled and also being able to finally have the academy or the place with the retreat up and going as well, where, you know, you can visit, you can bring your animals, you can come and retreat for a week if you want to. There will be, you know, things where you can canoe or I don't know, raft down the lake or something. I don't know. Like there'll be water, there'll be animals, there'll be things to do. And, you know, the house that I want to be in is not going to be right next door where everyone can just say, hey, I want to be separate from all of that, but certainly want to have, you know, manifesting like a campground or an RV park or something like that could be made into headquarters and then created more headquarters around the world. You know, healing centers and wellness centers and teaching my methods. Do you know how many methods I have of such intensity? It's like once you get your hands into it, like you get your head wrapped around it, you're like, oh my God, I've got something now. I actually have two students two or three that have got their websites up and going and ready to rock and roll, you know, with all of this. But it needs to expand. I can't just be sitting here with all of this knowledge and all this to share and trying my best to just do as many videos as I can before someone says, oh, okay, there she is, you know, we'll help her, right? I'm asking for all of you to also help share things as well and, you know, talk to me about whatever it is that you have ideas for as well. But anyway, you can't overthink what you don't have. You've got to recreate it into the present. There's also something else I want to tell you. First, I'm going to lay these out. I want to show you these cards. I really want to show you these cards. Okay. So when you're worrying too much about the future and you're also reflecting on the past, what happens is that in your present, in your now, okay, those two things, like the wanting of the future and the fear of the past, they collide into your future, and all of a sudden you've got chaos going on everywhere. Okay, sound familiar? Okay, we are going to look at these cards. I'm going to show you what they mean. We'll take a look at the first one. Okay, so we've got to keep it how it was meant to be. So see how it's got 4 pictures and it's got numbers here with arrows. Okay, see if any of these match. So what you would do is you would find something. So for example, oh, I don't want to get it all messed up. See how that matches? Okay, but that's not part of the... Oh, I suppose it can go that way. Yeah, okay. We can turn that around to match. Okay. With this one, there's nothing that matches. So this is why, or is it? No. So this is why you would say we need 5 across, 5 down. Then you take a look at them and you work out which ones match with each other, and you turn them all around to match. And then you would start with the matching ones first. So for example, the rooster here, which is someone arrogant and boastful. Now he's this way, so this would determine which way these arrows go. Okay, when this one it goes up, doesn't really matter, I guess, right? And then we're going to read each of these little triangles here to make up this reading today. How's that? Okay, kind of wanted to show you these, and it is a little in depth. And I'm going to read to you. The first one we have to start with was the only one that matched for us, and this is the rooster. That's how we've been feeling, right? Shut up! Yeah, what are you looking at? Okay. Look at me one more time like that. One more time. Just one more time. I'm remaining really calm right now. But let me at him. Okay, so 48 arrows are moving up. See this, everybody? Hang on a sec. Because the way that the arrow moves, I'll show you in a sec. See, there's the rooster. See the arrow going, whoops, up? So you'll wake up from a sweet sleep to daily activity. Yeah. All right, so this is immediately what's happening. This is news that wakes you. Obviously, he's doing his cock-a-doodle-doo, right? So this is not a bad picture, it says. Rather, it reminds you of daily tasks that you've been busy performing or too busy to do. Perhaps you've been spending too much time on one activity, such as studying, exercising, looking after puppies, doing readings, running the shop. In the process, you've ignored other daily activities, such as cleaning the house or fixing the car. And this picture calls you to action. It's time to wake up, do the chores that have accumulated. Usually these things will be accomplished swiftly and successfully. So, okay, we're just going to get back to it, is what it's saying here, right? We're going to get back into our rhythms. And yes, there are things that we're ignoring, and there are things that are taking precedence, and that is all the BS around us. So instead, bringing ourselves back to those daily spiritual chores that are needed. Right, so we've read these two now. They basically go together. So I'm going to start with this guy here, and I'm going to go around. So here's the devil or something. And he's got an arrow going across this way. Says, yielding to the temptation of taking vengeance for an offense, you will only increase the unpleasantness. All right, so this is not about acting or reacting from your angry place, okay? We know that. It only hurts you, okay? It's like expecting the other person to get burnt while you're holding fire. So we know that. We don't want to hear that, though, while we're actually angry. We don't want to hear someone say, oh, look, this is really hurting you more than it's hurting anyone else. Shut up. We don't want to hear that. Right? So, anyway, this is saying we don't want to take any vengeance right now. People have really shown their true colors lately, okay? Obviously. And drop them like, drop them like they're hot. Like it's time for them to go, right? But it says here, you may find yourself on one side or another of a controversial issue. Each side thinks it's right, and the members may take actions that are offensive to the other side. Wow, isn't this funny? In a strike situation, the workforce may be divided in half. Those who support the company may be called all kinds of names. So should you be caught up in such a situation, don't yield to temptation to take vengeance. Remember, the strike will be over, and you'll have to work with the people on the other side. Sometimes you'll get this picture after you've already struck back at someone. In that case, cool down and act as politely and cordially as possible. The unpleasantness will clear up. Okay, this is really making sense with what we're all, what we've been dealing with, right? Please say you're still working. Yes, you are. Okay. And then this one is 50 and it's going up this way. Okay, so it's bread. It is a symbol for happiness and it is going upwards. Having received something yourself, do not forget those surrounding you. So the picture is a gentle reminder to share your fortune with others. It's exactly what I'm sure we all want to do. We want the fortune to come in though now, please. Okay. It says, having received a raise or some other, don't forget to give something to others. Having received a present, send a thank you card, so the giver is also made happy. If receiving letters or phone calls from your friends makes you happy, then give back some of the joy by writing or phoning them yourself. In our busy everyday life, we quite often forget the niceties of the old, reciprocating for what we've received. Yet a debt paid is happiness. Besides, what a wonderful circle we can create. Someone does something nice for us, we in turn make them happy by responding, and they're more likely to do something nice again. The circle can continue indefinitely, bringing happiness and goodwill to everyone concerned. So generosity, even on the smallest scale, has far-reaching results. The Russians say, if everyone gives a thread, the naked one will have a shirt. Do your share of giving in some way. And if you're giving all of the time, also remember that you deserve that, and you're going to be giving more. The more you have, the more you can give. That's the way I'm seeing it. It's very hard when you've had nothing all of your life to, if suddenly I had $1 million, it's going to be really hard for me to keep it to myself, right? Everyone's going to know. and I don't want it to be that way. Like, I'd like to be able to keep it to myself, but the first thing you'd notice is, oh, hey, I'm moving. Oh, I'm building. Oh my God, the studio is coming along. The music's happening. The students are coming. The teaching is happening. The healing is here, right? You would see the results and you would benefit from it, all of you. So, okay, the next one is here and it's 13, but it's going this way. Okay. All right, hang on. All right, so it's a big book. Wait up. 13. Boy. Okay, so it's going that way. A new friendship is possible. Okay. And that is position 3. So it's important, as many of us do not make friends easily after a certain age. So when this picture shows up, take a good look around you to see who's a new friend or who could be. Could be an acquaintance, a neighbor, someone completely new, or an old friend from the past. Excuse me, who enters the scene again. Be yourself, so that when you come in contact with the new friend, you have the basis for a strong relationship or friendship. The new friend could also be someone younger than you. It's important to keep communications open to people younger and older. Having friends of various ages keeps you different perspectives on life and keeps you from boredom. Also, as you age, friends begin to disappear, so it's a good idea to make new ones. Recent research is showing that people who have sound relationships with friends and family live longer and more happily, as long as they're good friends and as long as they're good family members, right? I think a lot of people hold on to people who are negative just because they've known them for forever. You know, I'm actually guilty of doing that. Like, I've known a lot of people for a long time, and they're still friends on Facebook or whatever, but you know, we don't really interact or connect. It's just like, okay, I know you. I went to school over here, or I saw you there, or I worked with you, or our kids grew up, or we went to kindergarten, you know, or something. But they're not interested in this work, so they're never going to see my videos, which is a shame. But yeah, you don't have to honor people if they're honorable, you know. It's just how it is. We haven't got time now for time wasters. Okay, so we've already done this one. So there, new people coming forth. So now we're going to do this one here, and I'm going to go this way. So 24 and around with, see how cool this is? Because you got the arrows. And so there's 4 different ways in which this card can come up as a meaning. So love will ignite your heart, it says. This generally means the passionate type of love. It can mean that a man or woman of your dreams will appear and sweep you off your feet. Or it can also mean that your love for someone you already know can be rekindled to passionate intensity. Success or good times often stir our emotions, with the result that we experience strong surges of love. So these feelings are natural. We should enjoy them, whether they're towards those around us or someone new. So the picture tells you that love will ignite your heart, and that is all. So the feeling of love is what is important, not what you might do physically. The picture doesn't give you a license to go and have sexual intercourse with anyone you might have a strong loving emotion toward. That's what it says in the book. Okay, so no jumping around with anybody. But that is another matter. It says here. That's another matter for you to decide on. However, it does tell you to enjoy the emotional aspect of loving someone. Just don't go spread it around. Okay, hang on a minute. Oh boy, okay. Alright, so we're going to move to the black cat. Alright, take a look here. So this one is number 41. The cat. And the cat is arrow going up. You'll unexpectedly be badly scratched. Oh my God, be careful, people. You are unexpectedly going to be badly scratched. This usually refers to a verbal attack or a catty remark that someone makes to you. It's usually unprovoked by you and not deserved. So the best way to act is not to get angry or upset, but simply to ask the person, why are you saying this? This puts the onus of justifying the remark on the person. Silence is also a good rebuttal to catty remarks. Don't give the person the pleasure of seeing you get irritated or disturbed. You should also be wise enough to avoid provoking a verbal attack. Refrain from boorish acts that irritate people, like dropping in uninvited. The Russians say... Hang on, what did the Russians say? The Russians say an uninvited guest is worse than a Tatar. The Tatars were Mongolian invaders of Russia during the Middle Ages. If you behave boorishly, expect to be criticized. Okay, we've got... Look, you're a jerk dropping in uninvited, so you're boorish. You deserve this catty attack. That was funny. Okay, so anyway, it might just be what we were talking about, right? people just fired up. Hey, Mars is going to be doing its thing for like, instead of 6 weeks, it's supposed to be like 8 months or something. That's okay. So it's just going to keep going. I apologize. Okay, so the next thing is the number 30 across this way. So yeah, the way that I'm recording it, it'll cut off at 40 minutes. So that's what that was. Okay, 30 that way. 30. Unearthly happiness. Oh, come on, we want to hear that. Unearthly happiness. You will experience unearthly happiness. This means that the happiness is more than being happy over some kind of material gain. It is the pure joy of just being alive, of being a part of this wonderful universe. This feeling can be triggered by some accomplishment by you or someone in your family or workplace. Perhaps you've gotten a promotion, or your daughter has won a scholarship, or you've just finished weeding your raspberry patch. Well, okay, that's what everybody does. Whatever the reason, you will have an almost spiritual feeling of happiness. I like that. Of course, it can also refer to spiritual happiness, the feeling of being at one with spirit. Okay, that would make sense as well. Okay, so that's those 2 blocks done. And now we're going to just move on to this one here. So this one is number 38 down. Okay. A soft feminine hand will support you in time. Oh, I like that. A soft feminine hand will support you in time. This picture comes up quite often for people who are having difficulties. This is what we want to hear, right? The helping hand usually belongs to someone close to you. Sometimes it can belong to someone you don't expect at all. Even a stranger who's there when you need him or her. For example, you may be going through a difficult time in your life and be too embarrassed to talk to anyone close, when a social acquaintance may sense your hurt and give you the support you need. Or it may be that a family member whom you're not even close to will come to your aid during a family crisis. Now that would be a miracle. Somehow, these people know that you need help and they are there, unquestioning and uncritical. When you get this picture, you know that you have support. So look around you, see who's there, and use that person's strength to get you through the difficult time. I love that. Okay, so someone's coming in to help us. So don't worry. Just make sure that you're not so prideful that you're not saying, you got to say, yeah, okay, thanks for your help. All right, help me then. Go ask for it. Okay, so the 8 is here, and this is going across to the right. Okay, this is a hearse. It's going across to the right. So it says a loss of condition, although only temporarily. All right. So this is a feeling of helplessness and not knowing what to do. Just what we were talking about. Emotional upheaval has left you temporarily unstable, out of balance. So the emotional upheaval may have been brought about by a death in the family, a loss of a job, or finding out your spouse is unfaithful, children rebelling, or not knowing what to do next in your life. The positive aspect of this card is that it tells you this is a temporary state. When you look at the situation carefully, you will realize that it is not of your doing. You can't change it, but can only endure it. All of us have difficult situations thrust upon us at some times in our lives. If you can regard the situation as temporary, you can live through it with a minimum of damage to your health and emotional well-being, okay? It's left you feeling all upset, but it's not going to last. It's only temporary. Okay, so let's take a look at the number 32 down. Okay, well it's telling us straight out, isn't it? Exactly how we're feeling. Which is the reason why I made this video today. I'm like, I've got to make a video. I mean, I could have had the afternoon where I wasn't doing any work today, but I had to make this video. So, the moon with the... Oh no, not the moon. 32. Oh yeah, 32 is the moon. Okay. So this is the moon with the arrow down. So it says, although your life is uneventful right now, you have happiness nevertheless. Okay, I love it. The picture tells you to smell the roses, enjoy the life that you're leading at the moment, because it is happiness. We're constantly inundated with information about the lives of the rich and famous, and our own surroundings pale possibly in comparison. However, there's more to happiness than fancy clothes and cars. Nature, family, satisfying work, love and health are all things that make for happiness. So it's coming up. Take a closer look at what you have and enjoy it to the utmost. Peace doesn't last forever, so take the time to relish it while it's here. The Russian proverb reminds you, what we have, we don't treasure. Having lost it, we cry. Don't waste your time wishing for things that you don't have. Rather enjoy your peaceful happiness, right? We don't know what we've got till it's gone, basically. So stay in this present, remember? If you're worrying about the future and you're also upset about the past, that is all that's surrounding you in the present. So what is it going to be for you? The 15 is the arrow is going this way. This is the bear. So this is like kind of like Lenormand, isn't it? Right? So the bear going across this way. Your efforts are going to bear fruit. Hey, just what we want to hear. Again, like the bear, you must work and exert effort in obtaining what you desire. So a bear can't afford to stay put and expect to survive. It must go looking for food. In the same way, you need to seek your fortune and exert extra effort. We laugh at the image of a bear out on a limb, its face covered with bees, yet its paws reaching for the beehive that contains the nectar of the gods, honey. The bear knows that the reward is worth the effort. So it's for you. If you want something, you can get it, but it does require extra effort on your part. The reward is that you will get what you are working towards. The reward for your efforts might not appear immediately. For example, raising children is an effort that goes on for a long time. A long time, doesn't it? Parenting is also made difficult by all the pressures that are put on children by advertising, their phones, their gaming, right? Their TV, their peers. How can you serve them hot oatmeal for breakfast when every other kid in the world is eating sugar loops? Sugar loops! The picture advises you to follow your instincts regardless of the objections of the little ones. The reward will be that your children will grow up to be healthy and well-adjusted individuals. Just say no. We'd always be saying, no, you're not having Fruit Loops. Your teeth are going to fall out. Your teeth are going to fall right out of your head. They're like, Anyway, so your efforts are going to bear fruit, even if you get stung by a few bees along the way. So we're going to start here at 26 with the arrow going this way. This is the last set. It's a book. It's a book. A secret entrusted to you will be disclosed. Ooh, oh God. So the secret you've been told is going to be disclosed. Either you, someone else will make it public. Knowledge and information are ever changing, and what is secret 1 minute can be public the next. This should be no concern to you if you've been above board and honest in your dealings. This is why it's not a good idea to try to use secret knowledge for illegal purposes. You will be found out. That's what the book says. You might feel hurt or resentful when a private or intimate secret is disclosed. However, that is life, always changing. Your confidant may still be your good friend, but circumstances have changed and made the disclosure necessary. The Russians say you can't hide an awl in a cloth bag. In other words, you can't hide secrets. Someone always finds out. But this says to us at the start, the secret you've been told, someone telling you a secret, whatever they told you is going to be disclosed. Whatever. So, private or intimate secret is disclosed. Lucky for me, you all really know everything about me. I also just get this feeling like when I see the book, like information being, information finally being brought to the surface, things that were kept secret from us, you know, secrets that, you know, people have, big people, elites, whatever, governments, etc., are being exposed. And we're kind of seeing this everywhere, right? Certain people have been fired from their jobs. Certain people, you know, whistleblowers coming forward of all kinds. Okay, you don't have to have a tinfoil hat on to see it. So I just think the big secret is out, and it has to do with the health stuff, right? Yep, that's what the snake would be. Okay, 7 down. Let's see what that says for us as well. Seven down. Okay. Here we go again, right? We heard about this verbal sting already. It's come up twice now. So this is a verbal sting by a malicious person. So like the bite of a snake, it's usually unexpected and undeserved. The person isn't necessarily evil. Rather, you've come in contact with a person when he or she's in a bad mood. The person's venting their frustrations on you. So the remark stings because it touches a weak spot in you, your Achilles heel. So other pictures in the deck will tell you how to react to the sting. Okay? Basically, don't react. We had this already with the first card, right? The sting will smart for a while, but it will go away. Perhaps the experience will show you your weak spot and you'll do something to improve it. The sting may act like a venom that cures certain illnesses. You can try to avoid a sting or minimize its bite by being circumspect in all your actions and avoiding any confrontations. So, someone acting out. And it's because there's change that's inevitable. Okay, we'll keep on looking. Number 40 across this way. That's the thing. You can't always say, oh, nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be fine and dandy. You just got to understand that when something does happen, not to take it personally all the time. 40 across this way. Says, you will break the bonds that are entangling you. You are going to be able to release yourself from this bondage. The entanglement can be a relationship that you're involved in. Only that you're going to break, you're not going to break up, you're only going to break the bonds that are entangling you. For example, you've been preparing dinner for your family at 6 o'clock for the last 20 years. Now there's an exercise class at that time that you would like to join. Picture tells you that you will find a solution. You can take the exercise class. Someone else will take over your obligation of preparing the dinner. So the picture further indicates not only that the physical aspect of preparing the dinner will be done by someone else, but your mental feeling of obligation will be gone as well, right? Feeling like you have to all of the time, okay? When you don't, you just got to be able to say no as well and allow that for yourself. Finally, this looks like the angel to me. So this is interesting how this has come up today. I've done Archangel Michael cards today, and it's all about just let go, let go, let go. All right. So 37. Guardian angels helping you. Okay. It says, a bright, wished for happiness awaits you. I love that. So it says you will have success in whatever you are pursuing. So this can be the joy of triumph or the attainment of a goal you've been working towards. You'll finally quit smoking, run your first marathon, discover a cure for AIDS, get a promotion at work, or the like. It can also mean simple joy. Generally, the happiness is of the spirit rather than derived from possession of material goods. So, the important thing is to enjoy the good fortune, celebrate your success. A bright, wished for happiness awaits you. The guardian angel is helping you. It's as though your life is going to light up like a light bulb. So sometimes, the angel can be someone who is acting as your guardian angel, in real life. And the power is within us also, guiding us to do the best we can. We are actually creating a lot of our own miracles. Our light team can help us to stay on track though. And it tells you that you're not alone, you're on the correct path, and you are being protected right now. Perhaps when some information begins to come forward, we've just got to make sure that we're not reacting negatively, like making things worse, right? So I know, for example, if I'm annoyed and then because I'm annoyed, people are around me are getting annoyed, it makes it way worse because I'm going to try to, continue to justify why I'm annoyed. I'm making it sound like I get annoyed a lot. I really don't. Actually, I'm very, very patient. And it takes a lot for me to get to that point, or to have some kind of release. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. You might just spontaneously cry, like out of nowhere. And my God, that happened with these baby huskies, like crying and crying and crying. Oh my God, I just couldn't stop. Every time I thought about them having to go, I couldn't stop crying, like I was letting them down or something, and it was just ridiculous. But anyway, what you've got to learn about yourself is how you tick, how you work, what things trigger you, what things are unnecessary, what things have been necessary in the past, how have you had to survive in the past? This is not about being perfect. Church tells you got to be perfect. You're a sinner. You're in trouble. So, repent, right? And even when you do that, you're still in trouble, right? Even when you got baptized. Apparently now, God isn't with you. He's only with you if you go to church and pay. I don't think so. So, we've got to really be gentle with ourselves, right? In our directions that we're going in. Because this is unprecedented times. Like, who's gone through this that we know of, and before in the past, right? Who's had this kind of thing exactly happen that we've had to deal with for the last 2.5 years? Nobody, because usually things like this take care of themselves. Okay, so if we were way back in times, and I can actually go back and talk about that, talk about viruses and things that happened back in history and how they would quarantine the sick, okay? And things would dissipate. You'd get herd immunity, etc. There was no inoculations. We had to do this. And it seemed that viruses and things corresponded with certain planetary alignments as well. Really interesting. One place in particular, I believe it was about 5,000 years ago, in China, actually had an outbreak right? And they had a really bad outbreak there. Everybody was catching it off everybody else, and it was like a pleurisy type of thing. It did affect the respiratory system. Okay, it really everybody could hardly breathe, right? And so people were passing away from this. And what ended up taking place, like all of those years ago, is that they gathered they had a feeling they gathered all of the bodies together from towns, whole big province kind of thing. They gathered everybody together, and, they ended up having to burn the bodies, right? And to this day, nobody will live in that space, in that area. So they found it through, geologists, etc., found bodies piled on top of each other, bones piled on top of each other, right? So yeah, they also had an outbreak at one point where, bleeding would happen from the orifices, like from the eyes as well. And I forget what that one was called, but I was studying about that one as well. And again, you would be quarantined away. They had some kind of sense like we should keep the sick together, right? And then the thing would pass through. People would get milder and milder attacks of things, and their body would respond. So there's never really been something that's such a lasting thing, right? Like this, because they figure it out pretty quickly what's going on, and away we go. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use my little astral cards. These are from the tea leaf deck. So this is going to be focused on, this reading is going to be focused on love, success. Actually, we can forget career, wealth, because that's going to come under these things. I'm actually going to put love in. So I'm going to keep these out of my way a little bit. Okay. Like this. This is a good way and I'm going to be teaching my how to do cards, okay? Doing the tarot, doing it thoroughly, doing a course on this with me. It's going to be coming up in and around October, November this year. If you're interested, please email me, because I'll let you know when it's all up and available to get started. But when you have a focus on something, so okay, this is going to be about wealth, you're telling your cards to focus on wealth. And in this instance, I'm telling the cards to focus on wealth for everyone who's listening. So, hey, right, I'm a pretty good truster. I trust completely in what I do. I don't have any doubt. So that's why it can work. I'm going to use the Heaven and Earth Tarot, which I absolutely, oh my God, I adore these cards. Okay. Wealth for everybody. All right. And then we're going to do this study. Wealth. Love. See, I'm telling my cards what I want them to tell me. Love for everyone who's listening. Tell us about love. And for people that are sitting there going, I don't want to know about love. I don't want to have any love. La 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 la. Okay? I get it. But we're still going to do that message on love. Success for everyone who's listening. Success for everyone who's listening. Okay? Now I'm going to go back. Now this is because I'm telling my cards what I'm doing before I'm doing it. I'm telling my cards before I'm telling you. So I told my cards we're going to do one round like this, and then I'm going to clarify each one of these. So more information about wealth. More information about love for everyone who's listening. And more information about success. All right, let's start with wealth. Okay, here we go. Wealth. Here comes the Knight of Cups. So again, someone who is new or someone you haven't heard from in ages is coming forth. They could be a water sign. They might not be. They could be. They could be over emotional. They could be dreamy, romantic. They could not. Usually they're not really on task, perhaps, right? But they're coming forth. They're offering you something. This is to do with wealth, abundance, money. This is what we're asking about, finances. So he's coming ahead. He's coming forth. And more information about this. You may not trust that this is going to be something that's going... You know how someone says something to you and then all of a sudden it's a load of crap. Okay? Many years ago, all right, I'm not going to disclose anything about anybody or anything, but many years ago, there was a person who came forth as someone who wanted to help my business, right? So it wasn't really about me. It was about the business, right? And expanding the business. And they were proving themselves, right? In many different ways, okay? And this person became friends of the family. They became someone that talked to me pretty much for the most part all the time, right? It was like a friendship. And when something was needed for the business or whatever, you know, this person was helpful. So this was many years ago. This was actually before I started on YouTube. That's how many years ago, okay? And all of a sudden, after years of connecting with this person, and I was actually doing some work for them, and in return, they were doing some things for us as a group. And all of a sudden, this person cut all ties and communication because they were listening to gossip from somebody else, right? So what ended up happening is that because that person just wouldn't even ask anything, I also just dissolved the connection. Because why would I want to listen to somebody who would listen to someone else who they didn't even meet in person or know, just listening to online gossip? And that was it for them. I'm like, really? All these years? And you're going to listen to this one person that you don't know, who's obviously talking about themselves because they're a narcissist. And you would listen to that and let it destroy the connection. So what happens is, if sometimes someone comes forward, for me personally, like if someone comes forward, I have to really have that feeling, right, that it's okay. Because of being burnt so many times, because of trusting, you know, someone to help, and, you know, they're not doing that. You're doing all what your end of the bargain, right? But they're not pulling their weight. And this is something that has been weary. You see, this is what's coming up here in the wealth direction. You know, this was a positive aspect here. So usually this is a kind of a negative card. But we asked for more clarity about this. And to me, this is talking about that kind of situation that I'm telling you. Not everybody that comes forward in your life wants to hurt you, upset you, or rip you off. There are people that are coming forth that have been sitting back in the wings for some time, and they've been waiting for an opportunity to come up where they can offer help to you. And this person is sincere in wanting to help you. So it's sort of telling me here that don't let the past once again define your future. Yes, it's okay to be wary. Yes, it's okay to have your guard up and make sure that you're protected, of course. Okay? But not everybody is out for evil. You know, there are some people there who truly just want to be able to help. And it's very frustrating, even in my work as well, that I want to help and give and help heal. And people have been so burnt by spiritual people before that they have a very hard time trusting in that To me, that's really sad, but I get it as well. So our wealth here, connected with someone coming forth. I will do a quick little message from what the book. I don't need the book, but sometimes it's interesting if you're listening to get a different perspective. So, okay. This could be Aquarius or Pisces, this one here. And it talks about emotional openness, seeking a just cause, someone fighting for your passions as well. Now, the Knight of Cups can be a ultimate romantic, right? This was not in the position for, when we were talking about wealth, we weren't talking about romance. But this is someone who actually cares a lot about you. All right. So there's the emotion behind this person as well. And could possibly be someone, because this is a knight. So, this is a knight. So it could possibly also be someone that's even younger, or, yeah, maybe just younger than you, right? Just a second. Oops. Okay, so all right, I just got a message. One second. It's interesting how a message just came in. Okay. Right. Right, so someone coming forth. Now, the more information about this is going to be the Seven of Swords. This is to do, again, in a positive sense, even though this is a traditional kind of like negative card in some ways. We'll just take a quick look here. So, yeah, so in the past, okay, so in the past you dealt with someone who was a liar, who was full of it, who was out for their own ends, right? And in this instance, it's saying don't let that past deceit and trickery, don't let that hold you back from a life that you want. Because someone that comes forth, not, again, like this is a genuine energy here. Someone coming forth with a genuine interest in you. And it may be someone unexpected. But don't let the past block it. Okay? So we have a look in the love department. Oh, wow. This is a sudden change. As you can see, look at this guy. He's just riding in calmly. This guy's coming in full force. Something is about to change with regards to your love, relationships, right? Someone coming in. If you're single, for example, and this comes in, this would not be a long-term relationship, right? But something is fast moving here. Okay, what is it? More information. Okay, moving away from this sense of being left out. You're moving away from poverty. If this is going on with the thing, with the wealth as well, you're moving away from that, right? So something very quickly changing how you see yourself and your life, and you start to see yourself as more important, start to see yourself as capable, and this brings a quick change. However, that's coming anyway. This change is coming in fast. This person is good at communicating or wants to communicate a message. This person wants to come in and tell you exactly the next phase or the next step, right? This person wants to come in and share information with you. And for a love relationship, there's going to be a change in your life, okay, for the better. This is a very positive, fast-moving, fast-acting energy. And so you have this sensation around you of leaving something, going towards something else. Maybe some of you are ending a situation as we speak, moving towards something else. Maybe in a current relationship, you are both ending this situation you've found yourselves in and moving towards the next phase, something else. But it's coming in so quick, it may feel rushed. It may feel like, oh my God, it's here. What are we gonna, what? You know, this is all happening. Okay, very interesting. And also, like, there's this sensation, because I'm looking at the Knight of Swords here. There's this sensation of like very, very quickly, like quicker than you can imagine. If you positively focus on being in the right place at the right time, if you're single, there will be someone that comes in to help change and bring you onto the right path. Whether this person is someone who sticks around, it's not usually that kind of a thing. But they guide you. They knock something out of your way. You know, they might even be someone who comes and gives you a ton of compliments or something, and you're like feeling better about yourself, which enables you to move forward. Because when you've been in an abusive relationship, it's very hard to accept compliments, because there's always been a string attached, or, you know, oh, well, I said that to you, aren't I nice, you know, and you've got to kiss their ass for the next 24 hours or something, you know. Sorry, it's just how it is at times. It's our trauma responses. It's what we feel we deserve. Sometimes we don't feel like we deserve anything because we don't see any goodness coming. All we see is, you know, stress coming, right? That's why these readings are so important. We can get into them a little bit. But whatever has happened, whatever you've decided to do, has created a shift already. Remember, the universe says it's already yours. It's already yours. Why aren't we claiming things as ours already? Instead of something that's going to happen one day. Claim it as your own, and it comes quickly to you. Okay? Success. Oops. Wow. The Hierophant. Ooh. And more about this. Oh, success, the Hierophant, and Judgment. Look at these cards, hey? This red, this regalness, this important vibration right here, right? So important. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, announcement, everything's here. All right, so let me just tell you. Oh my God. For your success, it is assured. As long as you remain speaking your truth, being yourself, owning your energy, right? Not allowing anything to knock you off, of course. So you're going to be guided towards your success. You are receiving knowledge from higher sources. This is what the Hierophant does. Spiritual person does this. You're connecting to the divine. You're awakening your understanding. You're using tools to get messages across. Okay, like you might be using the tarot, etc. Now, this is also a card of awakening to another level of your spirituality because of the things that you begin to see happening, right? So I can tell you right now, when something starts happening that I've been focusing on, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to explain it or tell someone. Like, I'm like, there it is, right? Your success is going to come from your spiritual, and you know, even the word, it's like mysticism. Something that is a piece of everything, which is what I like to call myself, a mystic, because I have a piece of everything within me. And I like to look at some of the Jewish things, and I like to say the word Adonai for God. I like to say, Kadosh, Kadosh. Okay, so I just got cut off a little bit there. So Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebayu, right? Which is the Jewish words for holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts. I love doing that stuff. It's extremely important in clearing practices. So when we think of the Hierophant, the pastor, the priest, the rabbi, we're thinking of someone who will do things in a certain way. And this is going to lead to your success, right? Believing in what you're talking about, right? How important is that? Like, people, that no one wants to be listening to someone who's rambling and frightened, and what about this and what about that, and I'm scared of this, and what if nobody likes me, and what if I upset someone, and what? Nobody finds strength in this, right? So find strength in yourself. Your success is yourself, as you can see, and that you have a lot that you're going to share with this world. The Judgment card has come up, and everyone freaks out when they see that, because it has the old, you're going to be judged, kind of religious sort of connotation here, but it's not what it means in reality. So this is about transformation. It's about rising up to meet the call of your destiny. You are the hero in your journey. It's time to work towards what you're meant to do. And forgiveness and healing are also aspects of judgment, right? So this can mean resurrection, rebirth, awakening to a brighter future, heeding Spirit's call, returning to the source, timing to move on, time to craft this new energy. What transformations are taking place? Are you rising up to meet these challenges? Because this will bring you the most success as well. So it can also be about listening to your intuition and knowing what you were made for. When you're heeding the call of the angel, blowing its horn, rising up to meet the challenge, means you do everything in your power to walk on the path to completion. When you stop listening to your inner self and you're focusing on what others are doing with their time, jealousy creeps in. Okay? When you start focusing on everybody else's success, or how come they've got this many people? How come she's got this many people? How come it's easy for her? How come I'm not seeing this? How come this or whatever? And you start to compare yourself with somebody else. Jealousy comes forward. Jealousy turns to hate very, very quickly. It's a fine line. Okay? This is why, and I tell my students this as well, I don't watch anybody else's stuff unless my student puts something up, or someone sends me some cards or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look at that person's thing, right? But in a general sense, I am not looking at others who are on social media, because you do that. I can't even help it myself. I would go, oh, maybe I should do this or change that. And it's never authentic to do that. You won't be able to completely recreate what someone else has done. So why try? Just do you. You all love me because I'm me. If I was some other person, I don't know. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest with you. It's like, how do you pretend to be someone that you're not? You are going to be found out. This is who I am. Ripped jeans, shorts, rock shirts, flannelette shirts. Maybe sometimes I wear a nice, shirt or jeans, or I'm always wearing Vans. I wear, I'm just me. I don't want to dress up. I've done the corporate world. I don't want to. That's not authentic to me, I'm like 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s all put together. That's me. You know? And if I wasn't me, then you wouldn't have found me. You wouldn't have resonated with me. So that means more to me than all the tea in China, right? Your success comes from you accepting who you are, doing the things the way that you like to do them, and not comparing yourself or judging yourself against anybody else, because it will turn to hate. I've seen people leave this channel because they become jealous because they are starting to do their own business or whatever, and oh no, I can't have anything to do with her anymore because it's, you know, I've got to do my thing and she's doing that and she's got all those people and I don't want everyone to know her, so I'm just going to pull aside. There's no need to do that. But I've seen it, and not only seen it, but I've had people tell me, oh, I'm doing my own thing now, so bye. Okay. You know, there is a big change that's coming to all of us. So hang on, let me get one last card about this. Okay. What's the final card for everyone that is listening? Here we go. Now, this one, when it came out, I want to tell you it was reversed. Now, to me, that tells me that you don't think that you have great strength much of the time. Or you think that there's still a lot that you need to defend yourself about. Or you feel like you're ineffective, or that you have to reevaluate what you're doing, or you have to find some other approach, right? You're carrying some kind of burdens with you. That's what this card says to me. And we have a final push. It's like there's one last thing you need to do. And in this case, because it's reversed, you feel like it's going to take a long time, or you feel like it's going to be ineffective, whatever it is that you do. Now let's clear that right up. What else can you say? What advice do you give about someone who's feeling like it's too much, it's too hard, they may not be as effective as somebody else? Because believe me, I felt all of these things. All of them. Okay, so what do we say? Peace. Be at peace. You are fighting with yourself. And there really is, look, we've got a new moon coming up on the 26th. And you're going to have to find a way in which you can have this new beginning and be at peace within yourself and in your life, right? Focus your intentions on exactly where you want them to be. And really be honest with yourself. Where am I giving my energy away? I don't need to do this. You know? When I say to you, hey, I don't need to watch anyone's videos or whatever, and I just keep on pushing away at my own stuff, it doesn't mean that I would not support you and cheer you on if you start your own thing as well, right? In every way. Obviously, it's just that my main focus has got to be on where I'm going. And I really try to explain that to everybody, because this will give you more confidence. It will relieve any pressure. It will enable you to feel good about what you're doing. It will help you to get stronger and more confident. And it will help you to raise your abilities, because you're not in competition with anybody but yourself. All right, so many of you have a lot to let go of still, okay? Things that you are still doing to yourself. But look at these changes that are coming in very quickly. There may be some meetings for some of you. You're having meetings here. You're having conversations with others. And you are going to see, and we've got fives in here as well. So there's a little bit of disappointment within you, right? But you're going to see just how if you change your mindset, how easily your life can also change. All right. Wow. Okay. And the name of these cards are Heaven and Earth Tarot, and I should really have an affiliate link for it, but I don't. So go for it. Okay. Finally, I can't help it. I'm going to do my Lenormand. This is for worldwide events. And we will see once again what's coming. It's coming. Again, you can also, I'm actually in the process right now of where my services are on my website. Creating a little recording which will explain more about what the services are, right? So, for example, my divine healing, past life healing, that you can still purchase for a little while and have 3 sessions with me for the price of 1. I explain this a little bit more about how powerful this is for you, and how if you go, usually when you go to others, unless you're studying with me, I teach you about the three sessions that you should be doing with people. But usually you only have 1 session with someone and you're like one and done, right? But if you listen to what advice I'm giving you and you come and you're like, you know what, I'm sick of all this, I want to do it, you will have an amazing transformation in your life. And you'll have 3 sessions in which you'll be able to explore more and more and more. I also have a couple of, I did tell you this at the beginning, 2 of my graduates have already got their own website up and going. Pretty awesome. How quick. You could do the same thing too. I will put them downstairs. Downstairs? In the comments. Downstairs in the comments. Okay. But so I'm in the process of just sort of explaining some services a little more. There are a lot of healing services and a lot of readings still available. So soon I'll be doing the 2023 forecasts, and you'll be able to purchase those too. But next year's a different year. Hopefully everything starts to really open with the academy to allow more freedom to teach and to help change lives, and to share this knowledge with more people that will share it with more people that will share it with more people. The underdogs are going to win this race, okay? I love that. All right, doing the Lenormand cards. This is for the world information. What's coming in? Look how much has already happened with these Lenormand cards. It's already coming in now. Whistleblowers and kinds of crap. Okay. Here is the information again. Okay, so this is information that's coming about burdens, things that, responsibilities or whatever, and a change in this responsibility. Worldwide, we're going to hear of a change to the burdens, a change to our responsibilities. Okay, and this could possibly, again, there's a feminine influence here, and it brings stability. Okay, whatever the next information that comes, we start feeling, okay, this is changing. All right. I mean, the CDC made a big old announcement. Wow, everything's changed. Everything's changed. I feel really sorry for people that went ahead and did all the experiments and had all the jib jabs. And, my dad is one of them, lost his life, and my mother-in-law lost hers recently. Anyway, so there's stability coming for us, right? This could be in the form of a house for some of you. But in some cases, this is talking about the crankiness that's coming through, right? Fighting. Don't listen. Don't get into any arguments right now. Okay? Don't fight battles that you know that you can't win. It's just no point. Be really careful with arguments right now. And don't make any decisions when you're aggro. But this is passing, okay? This is only very quick. It's only temporary. And choices are coming up for all of us, right? We're going to be able to make some choices that are more based around love rather than fear. Okay, and we have a friend who may reach out to us who has some options, some opportunities, some relief. And this could also be something to do with health, information, advice, support. Wow. Some of you are giving birth, literally, or are pregnant, or are making a commitment to children, or making a commitment to your business, right? Making a commitment to a new wave of your, or a new, I'm trying to think of the right word, a new way of doing things, a new way of healing, a new way of working with others. This is new for you, and this is very, very positive. But we have the snake. Okay, the snake and the key. All right, now I'm going to have to take a look at that one. Snake and the key is an effective solution to karmic problems. I like that. Okay, usually the snake is a warning that something's up. So we want to see what other cards come in as well. But this is talking about luck and transformations. But see, we have the snake and its opposite, the coffin. This is an end of trouble, a resolution and completion. And then we have it with the clover, and this is a helpful opportunity, a solution to a problem, a repair. Don't we like this? Okay, now hang on. We got the coffin right with the clover. Again, a second chance, a new start in life. You've got the new beginning with the child here. This is it, everybody. This is our new chance. This is our beginning. This is awesome. All right, we'll keep going. And we have an opportunity with a male. So again, the male and the fox coming together is usually someone who is affiliated with you at work. Okay. And this is someone who's really clever at what they do. And this is not, in a sense, really indicating that this person is not to be trusted just yet. But let's just see what else comes up. We got the, wow. No, it's extremely positive. Someone's helping you. The sun always shines its light over the reading. And you have the positive overseas connection. So with this being a worldwide reading, say that 3 times. It's really indicating help from afar for us that brings in a very big positive change into our lives. Like, we have to be aware of these messages and information and things that we're receiving, and be really grateful right now, as our cards was telling us, and to listen to our intuition. Seems to me that this new moon, this is the second time we've seen a card like this, the new moon that's coming up on the 26th, which is Friday, is really important. Friday. And this brings a happy change again. The stalk is all about, actually my husband and I, when we were driving back from dropping off Luna, the puppy that went to our friends, we were dropping her off and we were coming home, and a stork flew across the road. So that is a really, really good omen of change, right? Now, it's with the garden here. So you could be getting a place. You could also be moving to a place that has got a big garden, like literally. This is positive changes. This is an increase in in popularity as well. Yeah. This is healing. Okay, there's healing happening. This is important because the tower is right next to the healing. Okay. All right, let's take a look. The star and the tower means the general. It actually says the president. I'm sure we've had this before. So the star and the tower, see? Corporate ladder, high ambitions, general, president. Okay, so what about it? What about the PRES? What about the president? Whoops. Okay, there's important information here again. Oh God, I hate talking about this stuff in some senses because I know people are like, oh God. But look at it. Look what's been going on. All right, so the lily with the tower, okay, is talking about retirement homes. Someone who's a bit too old, right, to be in this position. Something's going to retire here. The lily that is with the book is about extensive knowledge. Now, extensive knowledge, okay, coming forth about this person in here, perhaps. Okay, hang on a minute. The lily is also underneath the star. So that can talk about life achievement, a famous senior. Okay, all right, hang on a minute. Come on, low battery mode. All right, I'm nearly finished. Hang in there. For the last bit here, what else? We have the confusion of the clouds. Okay, so there's information about money. It's coming out. Okay, what's really been going on with money? Why there really was a trip overseas. Comes the end of things. Yeah, see, finances, the end, right? The end to this taking. Okay, it's a taking of finances from people. So here it also talks about decisions and transactions and closing accounts, right? Because of these people taking. It also has information about financial business, mortgage companies as well. Excuse me. Information that's coming forth about any kind of embezzlement in any of it. And this is on a worldwide scale. Okay, there's no upside downs in this. Here comes the information to remove the enemy. The 21, there can be a mighty enemy around us. And we've got this, everybody's flying in, which stops all the nervousness. Oh my God, here comes the information, the nervousness, stress. So, yeah, the mountain is something that it's hard to get around. It can be also isolation. It can be quarantining, right? So the mountain with the birds is about reconnecting. With the number 1, it's about long-awaited news. There is no more delay. When it's come up with the mice, it's like you've been frustrated and, you know, you felt like all this failure was around. But this is all coming to an end. And we have the information coming here from, we have the mice, and the number 1 was the last card. And that is like anticipating a new situation. Oh my God. Clearly, things are about to change once again. Now, I'm going to be doing, my battery's about to go, so I'm going to get going, but I'm going to be doing a video about the new moon and how this will affect us as well. And talking to you all really soon again. And my husband and I also want to make another video together. So we're going to do that also and just have a chat with you. Hopefully, we might even be able to do that one as live. I'm not sure yet. But until the next time, I hope that these readings have helped you. Sending lots of love and many blessings. And bye for now.